I'm thinking about all the different people you've collaborated with, because you mentioned Ray Charles, but what it's amazing to me is that you have, I think, a very enviable career. You've had massive commercial success, and you're respected, and you're a nice, grounded person, and you can...
So, like, that you know of.
I usually find out. I'll tell you what, word gets out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I talk to Uber drivers, and they tell me. But, like, you've collaborated with Keith Richards.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Again, just like a nice human, you know? A musician.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do these collaborations and the song's already been recorded and the person's not even there.
Oh.
And you go in and you add your vocals. And I've done a couple of those with Keith, but I've actually been in a room playing music with him a few times, and it's incredible.
That would be sort of otherworldly.
Yeah.
I just, in the few times that I've had little contacts with him.
Oh, yeah.
Very, like he didn't know who I was or anything. But
I'm sure that's not true.
No, this was years ago,
long time ago.
before I
You
had
weren't
my
wearing
show.
your little T-shirt?
I had it on even when before I had a TV show, I had it on.
Right.
But it feels to me like it would be a great exercise to, one might not immediately link Norah Jones and Keith Richards, but you can get together and musically you guys can find the groove or find what it is.
I mean, we both love Hank Williams, right? So it's not a problem. It's a language, and it's like that's what's so fun about this podcast is it's like a never-ending list of people to just play with and play music with, but it's like really just like playing in a playground. It's like that. It's so fun.
And do you have like your bucket list of these are the people I've got to have on your podcast that you want to mess around with?
It's just never ending. It's a bazillion people. It's like, of course, my idols or a young musician who I admire, or someone that nobody knows about that I just like, or whoever.
So, I mean, that's so fantastic. And I think that's what this medium, this podcast thing. I mean, every time we come into the studio, I'm delighted that this forum exists.
Me too. It's like intimate and fun, and it's I'm never, going to get invited to dinner with you probably, so it's fun to just have this time together to talk. And
I know you've asked a lot, and I'm still not ready.
I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah. No, I just need to hear a little more of your stuff.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people you might not cross paths with in an intimate way. Well, it's a way to really connect.
Yeah.
That's what I was on my way to work today, and I called the guy who's a good friend, and he booked music on our show all through the 90s, 2000s, Jim Pitt.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, and, great person who helped put the musical stamp on my show, which was so important to us. And I called him up, and I just was as excited. And I said, hey, I just want you to know I'm going to be talking to Norah in like half an hour. And he was like, oh my God. And we were chatting about how nice it is. And I said to him, all these years, Norah's been coming on my show and performing. And of course we chat, but I never got to sit down with you and talk to you.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize show business is, you do your sound check, your rehearsal. I come down, I say hi, then I've got to go and do my stuff. Then you perform, I thank you. And then you move on, I move on.
Yeah, it's brief.
Yeah, and this is what I love.
Yeah, it's so much. It's so like warm, and it gives me the warm fuzzies.
Because I didn't know that country music was so important to you.
Yeah,
and
well, I grew up
in
Texas.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was in the water.
Yeah.
And my mom's from Oklahoma, so it's a familial thing on that side of my family.
Do you have a favorite Hank Williams song?
I mean, So Lonesome I Could Cry is
Yeah,
just about one of the best songs ever sung.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That
sad.
I love that Ken Burns documentary on country music.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's taking you through everybody, and then he gets to there's the chapter episode about Hank Williams, and it's entitled Shakespeare of the South.
Oh,
and you're like, yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I love that music.
But also you get to like work with Outkast, Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
So
it's run the gamut. I've been super lucky.
Yeah. Has anyone ever asked you, like, can I do a duet with you? And it was someone you did not want to do that with?
You mean, do I say yes to everything?
I just meant in person.
Yeah.
You know, I meant like the awkwardness in person
yeah.
of like you're talking to someone
And
who.
they're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
I'm ready to do a duet with you.
I don't
I've
think
got my ukulele.
It's never happened like that ever. But yeah, I mean, I've turned a few down, I guess. I've got my ukulele.
I have my bassoon. Come on. We could do it right now.
I would do that probably if it was just like really easy. But I don't know. I've turned a few things down. I've turned a few things down where I really liked the person and I just didn't have time. You know, stuff just happens. But doing this podcast, it's like I have to actually ask people now, and that's kind of nerve-wracking for me.
Ask them
to ask people to come be on my show now,
right?
And being in that position of asking and maybe getting rejected. That's been like the most kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know.
You know, it's funny. I'll just because I've been doing this for so long, I used to take it personally.
Yeah.
If someone couldn't come on the show or said no to the show, I took it as them saying, Conan O'Brien, thank you, no.
Yeah. What a jerk that guy is.
Yeah. And then later on, it took me years because my publicist used to say, no, don't take it personally. They're in town.
Yeah.
And then I realized, because I'd been on the other side of it, where I'm someplace and they'll say like, hey, there are these 5 people or these 5 shows that are saying, can you come do something? And you think, I'm only here for a day. I can do one, or I don't really want to do that this time, or I can't do it for some. And you realize that it's not personal at all. I mean, sometimes it is. I've had celebrities say, I despise that guy. And I don't realize why that has to get back to me.
From them personally.
Yeah. George Clooney calls and says, no.
No, thanks.
You are not my cup of tea. You're way too silly. If only that were a joke. Come on.
Not Clooney.
I'm just, no. He loves me. We'll connect eventually. But no, let's not put that out there. Or do we?
Oh.
Yes.
What's that?
I want George Clooney.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I do
Can you
too.
be better? Can you change yourself?
Go get him, Tiger.
I'll try. I'm going to try and up my game just enough to get
thank
Clooney.
you.
Get all of Ocean's 11 in here.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, all at once?
At the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
I think I could get 2 of them.
Carl Reiner. Oh, wait.
No. Carl Reiner passed.
Yeah.
We can't get him anymore. I could have. But we'd need some voodoo magic to get him now. Nice one, Gourley, by the way.
Yeah, I picked the one guy who's not alive.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about waiter number 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's good, though.
Yeah. What is your...
I'm sorry.
What's
the way
that?
you just went right back into questions.
That's what I have to do.
I know.
I'm a pro. Norah gets it because she's a pro.
I'm sorry.
Right? You run a podcast. You know how to just snap back.
I love when you get Sona going. It's my favorite thing.
Oh, when I get her angry?
No, when you get her laughing. Like
when
that.
I get her laughing.
When she gets going.
It's my favorite thing too, actually.
Well, it must feel so good to laugh like that.
It does.
It's rare to laugh like that.
I mean, I'm a hearty laugher in general. And then also just working for someone for Conan O'Brien has been
of course
the best.
Well, I think the thing that comes that is real is how much bullshit happens between Sona and I and laughing that isn't recorded.
Yeah.
Because I will call you and say there's something really important I need you to do for me. And then it's something that's completely made up.
Yeah.
And
he'll go on riffs on the phone with me just because I'm laughing. And I think it's a drug
it
for
must
him.
feel so
It is a
good
drug
to have
for me.
her around.
It is.
He's such a great laugher.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Norah.
Gourley less so.
No.
Gourley isn't really a laugher.
Gourley is funny as hell.
I know.
Yeah,
He cracks me up.
I know.
I remember when I first started listening to your podcast, he was just kind of quieter.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
he's a quiet, and then he started.
he's really come out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now, guess what? Now we're trying to get him back
Yeah,
in.
it's like, I think the cat's out of the bag.
No.
Genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, it's out.
It's like it's a Jack in the Box that I'm trying to jam
Can't do
back
it.
into the box.
Can't do it.
No, it's
Won't
good. He
happen.
compliments you
saying-
really well.
No. It's
Yeah.
I got very lucky because this all came together. I mean, Sona I knew was going to be part of it, and then they brought this Gourley guy in, and I said absolutely not, and they said no one else will do it, and then
That's true. That's true.
And
And
he
even
needs
I
the
did
money,
it because
yeah.
I was being blackmailed.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.